Wow, we have a lot to cover today. The interior of the house is very advanced. We're starting to do landscaping now. Let's get inside and check it out. All right, it's been a handful of weeks since we shot the last video. I want to show you the drastic changes that have been taking place inside the house. Let's start with upstairs. Now, we ended the last video having the entire second floor self-leveled in preparation for the hardwood floor. Check it out. All the flooring's actually been placed already. All the areas been protected. And I want to show you the transition that we talked about from tile to hardwood floor. Notice that there's no difference in height here. And that's what you want to achieve. The last thing you want to do in a nice house like this is to put some kind of a transition or a T-cap over top of it, spoiling the entrance of this area. So yeah, if you can get your job site prepared, level it according to the tile surface, this is a great way to have a finished entry. We're all tiled, we're all grouted, ready for cabinets, ready for glass. So we prepared it in a way where the cabinets can just come in easily, put it right against the walls, so the floors are level already, the walls are nice and level. If you need to change the cabinets ever in the future, you just pull them away from the walls. No need to refinish any of the transitions. Check out this beautiful shower area. So the tub and the shower will actually be encased in the same area with the glass. Okay? There's a steam shower going here as well, so there'll be a louvered glass panel we'll show you in the future. But this is all ready for glass. Glass, cabinets, mirrors, this place should be done in no time. Let's make our way to the second washroom. Again here, we have the entire washroom all tiled and ready for cabinets. Same as the shower area, all ready for glass. Now, I want to show you this part. So we've used a Fiore shower bases, and let's just see how it transitioned with the tiles. Okay. So the Fiore shower base is just about a 1/4 of an inch taller than the surface of the tiles. Okay. So in the future, we'll be resting our glass starting right at the edge here. And it meets the wall there. Okay. So this is a naturally sloped piece of shower base. We'll have our doors entering the shower just about here. I can't wait to showcase that piece. Now with all the flooring done, now even the tiles in the washroom's all done, the next guy to come in here, the cabinets. Now we've been waiting for this guy for a couple of weeks. He's finally ready to come in. But check it out, all the surfaces, all ready to go. I like to always put the tiles ahead of time so the cabinets can go against the tile. I mean, in the event you ever have a change in the future, it's easier to take the cabinets off this way because the cabinets become a modular unit without having to affect any wall surfaces. But we can see how that all comes together, but let's check out the kitchen first of all. Now, we've always been talking about getting the main floor ready to get the cabinets installed so that everything else can take place. Well, cabinets have finally arrived. Now check it out. They are placed over top of a completely leveled area, making it easier for them to do their install. At the same time, there's no need to refinish around areas because now the cabinet sits directly on top of a finished surface. So then all you gotta do is just place it in the right spot, finish all your gable ends, and the cabinets are done. No more need to do little shoe molds or little transitions. Now, let's talk about cabinets for a second. It's really important to know when your cabinet is going to be arriving on site because it's a precursor to a lot of activities that take place afterwards. For example, the next guy to come in will be the countertop guy, and he can only measure them once the cabinets are in place. So now that they're in place, he takes his measurements, goes back to the shop, fabricates the countertops, brings them back to the site with all the sinks and all the appliances all taken account for. Then, once those are in place, we can start assembling the appliances and the sinks and all sorts of backsplashes and we start adjusting for like what we need to do to finish off the areas. So how I normally budget the time to finish a house is once the cabinets are installed, I usually allow about 10 weeks from that moment until the house is completely finished. So if we look around, a lot of other places are ready for cabinets as well. Just take a look at the powder room. Now, similar to the upstairs washrooms, all the towels are in place, ready to just put the cabinet inside, finishing off with a countertop, and then followed by a whole bunch of plumbing finishing, and we have a finished powder room. And as we finish off the interior spaces, there's other materials that are being prefabricated off-site. For example, this temporary stairs will be soon replaced by metal stringers fitted with beautiful treads made of the same hardwood floor as matching the upstairs areas. All these will be open risers. We'll have some glass panels in place, handrails. This will look really nice. I can't wait for that part. So as we're coming together with the inside spaces, let's have a look at the outside deck. So earlier on, one of the emphasis was to finish a rooftop deck as fast as possible, and now you can see why. Look at all the materials that has to be brought through the house. Can you imagine we left this for the final part of the house to be started? Well, now that it's near completion, there's way less things to carry through the house, maybe a couple of railings here and there, but I love how it's turned out. The pavers are installed over top of the adjustable pedestals. You can see how level it is. We have adequate drainage taking place. All the scupper drains are concealed now. And we're ready for some paint. And I can't wait for this to be a usable area. This can be a fantastic summer for the occupants of this house. So while we're up here, let's talk about this finished roofing area. I love how it turned out. Let's start from the bottom. Gutters, matching colors with all the flashing and roofing materials. Let's start from the bottom where the water collects and gets shed away through the slope of the roof. These are standing seam roof panels. We have all the vents capped off with these custom-made flashings. Wall flashing right here, runs up the wall, capped off with a parapet cap. You always want to make sure that this top of the wall is sloped like this so the water can travel off and drip into the inside or the outside, in this case, inside, so that water doesn't pool on top of here. All your seams are properly sealed. Standing seam right here on the corners. And see how everything joins together. Everything flashes water from top to the next material beneath it without having to have any chance of going backwards. You don't want any water going backwards at all. So that's where water damages occur, okay? Runs up to the top. It's a vented area in the top here with a flashing to cover all those unfinished areas. Over here we have a skylight. This skylight has an insulated outside area. You want to make sure you always have insulation behind this flashing area because this is actually a cold spot in the skylight. So this is enlarged to take account of the insulation that was placed inside. Everything's flash again, going downhill, and the skylight gets placed over top of the whole assembly. So using a metal roof system like this, yes, it does cost a little bit more money up front, but look at all the angles, look at all the details that are involved in doing this. If you had to use an alternative roofing material such as asphalt shingles, you may get about 25 years out of that at the most. And can you imagine ripping all that apart later on down the road, having to replace it and lift everything up that's been already installed to replace for the exact same thing? You might as well spend the money up front. This will outlast the lifetime of the house and it'll prevent something like that. Okay, let's talk about outside areas of the house. Set your eyes on this beautiful wall. This wall is done by Pacific Stucco. Look at the finish on this acrylic. The colors were beautifully matched with everything else in the house. So we talked about using flashing materials in the beginning rather than those big, thick fascia wood materials. Look at the results of this job, okay? A very thin blade of a transition from stucco to the window details. Same goes for all the exhaust venting. Look how the garage turned out. I want to bring your attention to this area as well. Remember, this area was all rough concrete, transitioning to its vinyl window. But check out the details that we have. These are all flashing materials, piece by piece installed. Another example of how the window came together, okay? Everything just transitioning perfectly to give you a beautiful finished look. And this is all done with metal flashing materials. So in preparation for the landscaping work, the first thing you want to do is you want to clear all the garbage off your site, okay? Making sure there's no areas where the machine can run over old garbage and spread it through your backyard. Secondly, it's good to move your fencing out of the way. These are nice big clunky items. Get them out of the way so the machines can come in and out without any obstructions. So let's talk about this asphalt apron for a second. First, you want to make it wide enough so you feather off into the existing apron areas of your neighbor's yard. See how this transitions nicely? You also want to make sure you have it wide enough so that when any cars enter this garage, it doesn't have too much of a slope to it. In this case, we actually feathered it out about twice as much as we normally would, okay? You also want to make sure you have a lip here so there's no water to be accumulated near this area. Now, all the water sheds down, kind of like a little gutter system, and goes straight down the hill. The same applies on the edge of your apron where it meets your neighbor. You want to have a nice little steep slope right there so the water sheds away nicely and continues straight down the alley. So with all the areas cleaned up, we're ready for some landscaping work. Let's see how they started. As part of doing the landscaping, the first thing you want to do is remove all the garbage again, have all the areas leveled up, and that includes removing part of your sidewalks, which are broken during construction. In the city of Vancouver, you're required to repair the sidewalk back to new, because during the course of construction, there's a big chance that machinery has been driven over top of it, crushing and cracking the sidewalks that was here beforehand. So in this case, we extended our sidewalks to just one piece to the neighbor's side. We're gonna form a new one, pour it in place, along with the walkways that will be joining the sidewalks to the entrances of the front of the house. In this case, 2 entrance walkways, city sidewalks, and a short retaining wall to finish off the front of the house. So this is a perfect day to show you how to prepare this. Because it's raining, everything turns to mud. What you want to do is prepare the substrate with road base. So underneath the sidewalks, you get road base poured along here, you compact it, you put your formwork in place. On the property side, same thing. Along the bottom of the retaining wall, you want to compact it with road base. Any areas that are lower, you fill it back up higher with a bit of road base, a bit of a dirt combined, ready for the topsoil and all the planting areas. All right, so you've seen what can take place in just a matter of weeks, from in progress to some of the areas already being finished. You see the outside areas, we're at a rough stage, but it won't be long until this all comes to life as well. But as for the interiors, we'll get back to the countertops, the backsplashes, the stairs, the glass, all that fun stuff's gonna come. It's gonna come in a couple of weeks. Let's check back.